intro time! Yeah! Red Phillip Show! Yeah! A Spreaker!
I'll tell you, bitch, it's none of your affair. And if you tap, I better feel a tear. Bash the cervix. Fill the hole.
Yeah. Welcome to the Red Phillip Show, everybody. That shit just cheered me up. That was dope. Holy fuck, that song is great. Where the fuck did you find that?
I was off that E-fucked videos. And shit.
Oh,
like,
dope.
The E-fuck videos?
Yo,
listen,
if
anytime we play a porn video or a fuck tape or a sex tape, we gotta play that song.
No, that's our new intro, dude.
No, man.
I'm not kidding you.
That's someone else's intro. We can't do that.
What do you mean that's a new intro? What are you talking about, someone else's intro?
That's from efuck.net or whatever the fuck it is. We can't just take their intro. They'll be pissed.
How's that?
Yeah, they were pissed.
That's their intro? What?
I don't know.
Just-
You know what we'll do, man? One day we'll
I at least I'm gonna put that beginning part, and then where the beat comes in, I'm putting that part right at the beginning of our other intro because I love that.
All
It's
right.
like that just cheers me up. That's gonna get people pumped to listen to this shit. I like that. Yeah. Welcome to Red Phillip Show. Introduce Nick Rajic and Thor, Dr.
Hey.
Coctopus, and Crake, all in the same person.
Hey, what's
Same
up,
person.
everybody? How's it going?
Yeah, we're
I
gonna.
hope you get to
we're gonna have a
bash the
decent episode
cervix
today.
today.
I gotta tell you, I wasn't feeling the best. I was down today, but that you got me back up, sir.
No,
That was good.
delicious. You're welcome.
So what's going on?
Well, before the show, we've been talking about how like me and Red Phillip are so bad at being dudes and just
Yeah,
all
well,
that shit. We can't even fucking do it.
We
You know?
we can be dudes, but I think we're just highly personal. You know what I mean?
Fuck yeah!
Sensitive?
Well, no, that's sensitive. No, we don't
Highly
we don't
person.
Stop trying to make it sound like sissies. No,
we don't take things personal. We like our own life. We like our privacy. We like just being us. You know what I mean? To ourselves.
Yeah.
I can spend hours and hours and hours alone. You know what I mean?
You know what it is? You know what it is? Here's the thing. You know they say like no man's an island except for like sociopath or psychopaths and shit.
Yeah.
Me and
Sure.
Red Phillip are like peninsulas. Like we
Okay.
have 3 sides of water. We're barely on the fucking mainland. We
Yeah.
really fucking need our own. We got beaches and shit.
Yeah. Like I
We got
like
our own, like,
I like being
ecosystem.
alone. You know what I mean? I can be alone for hours and hours and hours, but there are certain times where I get to be like, all right, I really got to go spend some time with other people. You know what I mean? I got to do some social shit because it's like you know what I mean? I'm becoming a hermit, but I can spend days and days alone and just not give a shit, really. You know what I mean? I don't get lonely too easily, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I think it's kind of strange. Like we're good at being friends as well. We can like when me and Thor are in the same room with other people, we chill there and we can be, we have conversations, we can talk about topical stuff and everything. But really, I find we can just be alone and just not give a shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like here's the thing. It's like I completely feel lonely all the fucking time, but I just am like it's not that fucking bad.
That's right. Like it's not like, I don't know. People put lonely as a negative connotation like immediately, right?
Yeah.
To me, it's like
As-
I like the feeling of loneliness for quite a while before I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should go fucking not be lonely for a little bit.
yeah. I mean, it's like Robert De Niro in Heat. I am alone. I am not lonely.
That's right. And I can go. You know what I mean? Like every once in a while, sometimes like maybe I'll go out. I'll hang out with Mike and BB, and that'll be enough for me. Like that'll last me weeks. Just one night of hanging out for a little bit, and it'll last me weeks.
Yeah, like you see how
Really?
fucked we are? We're so fucked.
Yeah, we are. I
We're
mean, like, we're fucked in the head, really. We're so not the same as everyone else. We really
we
aren't.
can't even like we can't even. I don't even think we can pretend to do it.
But listen to us. We're talking like we're special.
No, we're not special. We're just like we're fucked, man.
Exactly. We're fucked. We really are.
Oh, completely.
It's just like but I am who I am. I understand who I am, and like I like what I like and all that. So it's like I really don't give a fuck what anyone thinks about me. Really.
Yep.
Like I know it's supposed to bother me and shit. You know what I mean?
It's socially it's supposed to bother you. People say it's supposed to bother you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean it kind of does. But I'm also at the same time I'm like, man, I can't even handle. You know what it is, man? I can't handle people's fucking dishonesty and shit. That's what it fucking is.
Yeah, man. That's
like if people would just keep it real, 24
Keep it
hours.
real.
Yeah, if people would just keep it real 24 hours a day.
That's right. Like if
I'd do it, man.
I wish I lived. You ever seen the movie The Invention of Lying?
Yeah.
The what? Okay.
Invention of Lying.
One with what's his name? Ricky Gervais.
That sounds fucking crazy.
Dude, it's an awesome movie. Okay, he lives in a world where lying has not been invented yet. Everyone, literally everyone, is the most brutal, honest person in the world. The entire world is, right? So
sounds delicious.
Like he goes up to Jennifer Garner, I think her name is. She's like a girl on the street, basically, and since he's just discovered lying, he walks up to her and he says, "If we don't have sex right now, the whole world's gonna end." And she's like, "Do we have time to get to a hotel, or we should do it right now?" Right? It's fucking amazing. But he walks up to another girl. This is that was when he discovered lying. But earlier in the movie, before he's discovered lying, he walks up to her and says, "Well, do you want to go out with me?" And she just goes, "No, you're ugly. You're just not. I don't like the way you look. You don't appeal to me." Straight up, right? And it's like,
I wish bitches
at least you were honest.
Like that. Don't leave me on. Tell me you think I'm ugly as fuck.
Like I found this picture of.
Holy shit! Where can I move to this world? How do I get there?
I wish I fucking lived in that world. I really do. Like I would come in my pants every fucking day.
Oh my god!
Just because I lived in that world. Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. It's funny. My dad sent me this picture of it's obviously an edited picture, but it's the Toronto population sign. It says, "Welcome to Toronto," and then underneath it is another white sign that says, "Our hockey team sucks and our mayor smokes crack." Right?
Delicious. Word.
I wish they were that honest. You know what I mean?
Oh,
you're coming into the city knowing, you know what I mean, that everybody supports their hockey team.
Our real population's like fucking 10 because there's like 6 million fucking clones.
Yep. That's right. There's 6 million clones of the certain 10 people.
Yeah, if you can find the 10 people, you might find them. They all wear hats that say O on it for original, not clones. Yeah.
The original 10 they call them.
The original.
Fuck.
Oh my god, yo! That's great, yo. That's just great. Like, yo.
Yeah. You should check that movie out. I know you don't like Ricky Gervais, but it's a funny movie.
No, it's the thing. It's like Ricky. It was when they had that show. Was it Talking Funny? That show just fucking bothered me. Like,
why? I like that.
Why?
I really did.
Because Jerry Seinfeld shouldn't be out there. Bill Burr should replace Louis C.K. in any of those circumstances, and I hate Ricky Gervais's fucking accent.
Oh man, no, it was perfect because I mean,
no, it's not.
The whole thing is you've got a veteran, you've got a black comedian, you've got Louis C.K. who is the
Can I tell you something I've realized about Louis C.K.?
What's that?
I like Louis C.K., but he tries way too hard to be his own character now.
Recently,
he's not
that's
evolving,
right.
I don't feel.
Recently, he's just he doesn't realize what he actually was.
I'm gonna say I should fuck my daughter in the mouth, and this guy is a nigger, but I thought nigger and said cunt. Oh yeah. Like he's
That's
not.
right.
He
didn't realize it before. Before he didn't realize why he was really he knew what was funny, but he didn't realize what it was about him that people really liked. That the way he delivered his jokes, right?
I saw this fat kid and I said, "Oh, you're."
Yeah.
I want to mouth rape you. Ugh.
But yeah, the whole thing was he was offensive, and it was kind of like he didn't realize that what he was saying was offensive.
Yeah.
It was just kind of like a thought he had, is the way he delivered his joke, right? But now he's just like, he realizes it and he's trying to force it. You know what I mean? You can feel the forcing of it. I completely agree with that. But you got to admit, his older stuff was good. His older stuff was real good when he wasn't forcing it.
His older stuff's good, but I'm just like, Louis C.K. is like kind of what. I don't want to like Louis C.K. I feel he's gonna become like Dane Cook, where he's gonna have to like reinvent.
Fucking Dane Cook.
No, because he's just doing the same thing over and over again. Like Bill Burr always makes me fucking laugh. I don't understand why it is he just does it, right? But like Louis C.K. is just like I think he's trying to play the pissed off white guy a little bit too. You're not even white, you fucking ginger. You're Mexican.
He's really just forcing it, and it's like
he forces the whole I'm white, so it's good. He forces that way too much, and I'm like, I know you're not white. It's disingenuous. That's right.
The one joke that he had on his new special was how did it go? He goes, "Oh, so one morning I woke up and I was just all like dirty as shit, coffee stains on my shirt, just walking around in my house coat. And I just sat in the little square in the middle of our apartment buildings that's gated off, and no one's allowed in there." And he said he saw the doorman looking at him like, "What the fuck is that bum doing sitting in the square?" Like he's eyeing him up, right? And then he's like, I'm just waiting for this guy to come over to me and fucking say something, right?
Yeah.
And basically, he's like, I'm waiting for him to come over because I live here, but I'm like this dirty looking bum, and I'm like this I'm actually an empowered white man, but I look like I'm not, so I want to fuck with this guy. You know what I mean? And it's like
kinda.
It's just not. It wasn't funny. I didn't find it funny whatsoever. It was
here's the thing.
I don't even know.
Now that people know he's like Hispanic, that's probably what it is. He's playing up the whole I'm white and I'll say nigger and talk about raping people.
Right.
He's playing that way too much. I'm like, Louis, like it's not making me laugh now because you're not.
I think he needs
white.
to.
You have
he
white
needs to acknowledge
skin.
it.
I know you're talking about how white people are so privileged and shit, but I'm just like, stop.
He needs to. I think he could continue with what he's doing, but if he just genuinely acknowledged, he's like, yeah, I'm Hispanic. You know what I mean? I'm fucking half Mexican. If he acknowledged it in a certain way, and then he acknowledged that he's like playing up the white thing. You know what I mean? If he acknowledged that kind of shit.
I would love that infinitely more.
So it's basically.
I downloaded all the Louis C.K. episodes of Opie and Anthony, so it's not like I hate him.
Basically, it's like he's becoming a little dishonest.
Yeah, it's complete dishonesty. It was funny originally, but now it's just like, and Jerry Seinfeld, in my opinion, shouldn't even fucking be on there. He just doesn't do anything for me. But
but he's
you like Jerry Seinfeld?
I like fucking hate Jerry. Larry David made that fucking show, and that's why Curb Your Enthusiasm is way better than Seinfeld.
Agreed.
Like, Curb Your Enthusiasm is 10 times the show Seinfeld ever was.
And the thing is, I mean, Curb Your Enthusiasm, I find, is just there's different things, obviously, because it's on HBO versus Seinfeld was on regular TV. But it's still like the stories of it and the comedy to it is just very. It's just better than Seinfeld. It really is. And when I said that to some people, I've said that to people, and they're like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Like Seinfeld. I'm like, no. Like Curb Your Enthusiasm is way better, way better.
I've actually watched Seinfeld, and Kramer's been the only guy to actually make me laugh. Seinfeld does nothing for me.
That was my favorite part of Seinfeld as well. Was Kramer.
It bothers me, man.
Because Kramer was straight.
He's one of my favorite ones too. But
he's straight up.
I never watched Curb Your Enthusiasm, but I heard it's like all improv, which I find like that's pretty sick. But like,
I think Curb Your Enthusiasm's amazing. It's a great show.
Yeah.
You can't really hate on Seinfeld. Seinfeld's a freaking awesome show.
No, I'm not hating on him. I'm just saying
Seinfeld.
He hates Seinfeld. He hates Seinfeld. It's probably the only reason him and BB are good friends. But
Thank you. Like, oh god, oh man, I fucking hate Seinfeld. I hate it.
Seinfeld's got its comedy, but it's like it to me it's very socially accepted. You know what I mean? Curb Your Enthusiasm is out there. What I like is that Larry David is this guy that'll be like he'll just call you on your shit in his Jewish way.
That's what
Jewish way.
Yeah. It's
makes
like he throws the shit out there like, yeah, but really, you know. And he's like I think someone waved at him or something in one of the episodes and made him crash or something like that while he's driving, right? Someone waved at him. He's like, "Why the fuck are you waving at me?" or something like that. And he's just like, he just calls people on their shit in this great way.
God, Larry David, that guy's fucking hilarious.
It's easily better than Seinfeld, and I'm not hating Seinfeld, but I'm just saying I'm loving Enthusiasm better.
Oh God, fucking Seinfeld I don't understand it. I don't understand it.
What's your favorite show?
My favorite show on TV, like overall. Yeah. Fuck.
Okay. What's your favorite comedy show?
Comedy show.
Shit.
All right.
Fuck.
I don't really watch too many comedy shows. Really, I'm all about drama and everything.
I think everyone's saying Key and Peele. I've never seen a whole episode.
Yeah, I watched an episode of Key and Peele. It's just like skits, but they're pretty funny.
They're telling. I don't know, man. I think it might be better than what Chappelle's show was.
Really?
It's at least even. You know what I mean? It's at least even.
I was surprised, man.
And
actually, I really like the Chappelle show.
Yeah, the Chappelle show was great, but I'm telling you, Key and Peele, I mean, they're just my favorite YouTube show, because every once in a while I'll just throw on a Key and Peele skit, but I don't really like the whole show altogether, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, you can't watch all at once, too much?
If they released Key and Peele skits almost as commercials between, like, you know, as a commercial, like just say, The Sopranos was on, if it was still on, whatever, right? Sorry, Game of Thrones. Okay, if Game of Thrones was on, and as a commercial they had, I watched that show.
Man, I need to get into it, but I just can't. I got work too much. I got no time anymore.
It's intense. It's got more. It needs more depth, but it's very intense. Anyway,
I haven't seen an episode of that shit.
If I was watching Game of Thrones and the commercial came on, and instead of commercial it was just a Key and Peele skit, I would fucking love that. You know what I mean? Because I could just watch one skit, laugh my ass off, and then move on. But it's like I don't know why, but I can't fucking watch one skit and then have the next skit come on, and then I don't know, I won't laugh as hard, I guess. But one skit, I'll throw it on, you know, when we're chilling at BB's or whatever, throw on one skit and then move on. Later on, we'll throw on another skit, you know what I mean? And so
makes sense.
That's just Key and Peele to me. I mean, but my favorite comedy show on TV, I don't even fucking know. Honestly, I don't. I just watch too much drama stuff. Like the Game of Thrones and Breaking Bad and stuff, but I don't even watch regular TV. I just download the shows I want to watch, because I hate commercials. I fucking hate commercials. I really do.
You know why I probably don't like Seinfeld? Because I don't like any kind of, like...
Observational humor?
No. Nice humor. Where there's no swearing.
Yeah, it's a nice humor.
The clean stuff.
The clean humor. Yeah,
there's no malicious... Humor. I don't like any clean humor almost at all. Like, I almost none at all.
I agree with that. I mean, if we're looking at it, my favorite episode of Seinfeld was where they're eating the yogurt and he swears in front of the kid, and then at the end of the episode, the kid comes back and goes, "Hey Jerry, fuck you," or something like that. But it's all beeped out, right? And the beeps sometimes, kind of like Trailer Park Boys, the beeps are actually funnier sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I believe that Seinfeld actually would have been better if it was on HBO and had swearing and stuff. You know what I mean? If it was offensive. If it had the offensive stuff, it would be funnier. That's why Curb Your Enthusiasm was better. It's because it's offensive.
That's exactly like... I watch Seinfeld and it gives me... There's no emotion to it.
Mm-hmm. That's right. It's clean. It's like... The whole... Again, it always comes back to Seinfeld and the whole peanuts on the plane joke. And it's like, I don't care. I really don't care about that joke. It's like, really? You observe the peanuts on the plane.
Yeah, it's good for you. Finds fucking that shit funny? Stupid people. Stupid people with no
Housewives.
imagination.
Yeah.
On the plane.
It's like it's housewives in middle America.
Like,
you
could
know
you
what I mean?
die so you could stop taking up my fucking air on this planet because you're doing nothing?
It's like at the same time, you know what I mean? Some of his jokes are funny, but
I haven't heard a single one. Being completely honest with you.
I don't even watch his comedy, so I can't really even say. You know, I don't think I've ever watched a stand-up comedy of Jerry Seinfeld. You know what I mean? I like the show because certain stories that they came up with were funny. It's like the shit that happens to people in New York is kind of funny, but it's like it was clean. There's nothing really offensive.
Bill Burr, 100 times funnier. Sorry.
I think in the end, comedy kind of comes down to it's like a state of opinion, right?
No,
Yeah,
I don't think
it really is. Everybody has their own opinion.
I don't think comedy is, because here's the thing.
Oh,
I
okay,
can
go ahead.
understand why people think Seinfeld's funny.
Okay.
But I don't find it funny. But when people say something's not funny, they don't like funny. You know what I mean?
Right. No, I'm not saying. I want to say I don't want to say comedy. I want to say comedians. When it comes to comedians, it's a state of opinion.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think it is, because here's the thing. I don't think comedy. What is funny is not a subjective thing, because people often say, "Well, I don't find it funny, and it's not funny." It is funny, but I don't like it. That's my thing. But it is funny.
But that's your opinion. That's what I'm saying.
That's not an opinion, because you're not about funny. That's the thing. Funny is not subjective. I can understand why it's funny to other people, and I know it's funny, but I don't like it.
Which is your opinion. Your opinion is that you don't like it.
Yeah, but that's an opinion. But funny is not subjective. Like some people say, "Oh, that's not funny." No, it is funny. You don't like funny.
That's what I'm saying. Is like
you don't like funny. What does that mean? You don't like funny?
Listen,
like, I hate when people say comedy's subjective. No, it's not subjective.
I'm not saying that it is. What I'm saying is that. Like you said, man, you just don't like it. I think there's other people. I agree that some people say, or a lot of people say it's subjective. But what I'm saying is, when it comes down to it, it's a matter of opinion, because I don't like that guy. That's my opinion. But I do like that guy. That's my opinion.
Is an opinion, but when people say it's not funny, that's not an opinion, because funny's not subjective. Funny's not opinion based.
Right. So it comes down when it comes down to it. The choice of comedians is a state of opinion.
It's like
I don't like this comedy.
Remember the rape joke controversy on the Red Phillip show? All that shit. No, rape jokes are hilarious. It's all funny, but if you don't like that, that's an opinion. But it's all funny. You can't say something's not funny because you didn't think it was funny. Because funny is not an opinion. I'm
not saying that they're not funny. I think if any comedian has a joke, they're like, all the jokes are funny. It's just a matter of opinion who likes them or not.
Yeah, you don't have to like a joke. Like, I don't like Jerry Seinfeld, but I'm not going to sit here and say he's not funny.
That's right. Like, he's funny.
You cannot convince me funny is a subjective thing or it's an opinion thing. It's not. If something's funny, it's like something is orange. It's a color. You can't tell me that an orange is not orange because I don't think it's orange. It's fucking orange.
But I think when it comes down to it, I think when it comes down to it, comedy is a state of opinion because of that. It's like I like it or I don't.
That's the thing. It's not. It's not a state of opinion.
Yes, your opinion is you like it or you don't, man.
Liking something, okay? Here's what I'm saying.
Liking something is an opinion.
That's an opinion. You cannot like something, but you can't say it's not funny.
I'm not saying that, dude. You don't understand what I'm saying.
It's like saying,
yes, I know.
The guy tall or short.
Listen, I'm not saying that. I'm saying when it comes to comedy, it's a state of opinion because you either like it or you don't. It's like comedy is comedy. Comedy is still comedy. It's funny to someone, but it's the state of opinion to the people. See what I'm saying? Because they either like it or they don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that doesn't. Okay, good.
But it still means it's comedy.
Not funny. That's all I'm saying.
It still means it's comedy. It's just a state of opinion to the people.
But it doesn't. Yeah. We're trying to get all intellectual and shit. I'm just saying, I fucking want to punch anyone in the face that says comedy's yeah.
That's right.
Fucking not.
Subjective.
Because you don't like funny. That's your opinion. You don't like funny, but that doesn't mean it's not funny.
That's right. actually,
I mean, you have a shitty sense of humor, you fucking cunt.
Yeah, really, it's just your sense of humor.
That's right.
Some people have really shitty sense of humor.
Yeah, your sense of humor.
You guys should listen to
But you can't say something's not funny because your sense of humor is subjective.
Now I know you hate Ricky Gervais, but you guys should listen to Ricky Gervais's interview on O&A.
No, I just hate his fucking accent and his laugh.
I know, but you still hate him anyway.
I do hate his accent. It's just a British accent. You
like,
can't just
listen,
hate on an accent.
Here's the thing.
If you hate his accent, like you gotta hate him because you're not gonna.
No, I don't hate him.
What
His accent.
Are you saying? Are you saying that? Are you saying that?
You just hate when he talks?
Yeah, you're saying that you.
I hate when he talks and I hate his laugh. I don't actually hate him because I've never actually heard any of his jokes. So I don't know. His jokes could be the funniest shit in the world. I have no idea.
They're really funny, but like to you, basically, you could look at Ricky Gervais and be okay with it, but as soon as he opens his mouth, you hate him.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
something like that.
It's just the voice and his laugh. That whole thing.
Anyway,
like, I just want to be like.
The guy is really smart.
And maybe I can read them to myself later and fucking laugh.
He's a really smart person. He had an interview on O&A without O&A because Opie and Anthony had to leave. They left Ricky Gervais to be interviewed by Jim Norton and Sam Roberts, right? And they were talking to him, and Ricky Gervais said this awesome thing. He said, being offended by a joke is just collateral damage of free speech. You know what I mean? Offense is just collateral damage. It's exactly. It's like what he said was one girl said, "I will laugh. The day I laugh at a rape joke is the day that I know no one in that audience has been raped." And then he responded to her by saying, "What a weird door policy." Basically like. What are you going to ask them, like every person coming in the door, "Oh, hey, welcome to the show. Just real quick before you sit down, have you been raped ever? Oh, you have? Okay, you can't come in." You know what I mean? Like,
no, because here's the thing, people like that shouldn't go in comedy clubs or go anywhere near, like they shouldn't go anywhere near anything that has to do with funny, because you don't know funny, you don't like funny, it's not for you.
Right. My policy is, I mean, especially like mainly with this show, because this is what I do, right? Is everywhere you go to click on this show, you have a complete description of the show. It's offensive, it's funny, it's insightful, it's everything the prudes can't handle, right? And and I think that kind of description should just be, it's like the generalization of movies, comedy clubs, music. It's like, if you think in your own mind that there's something that you could be offended at, do not go into a place where there's going to be something that might be talking about that. You know what I mean? If you think you're going to get all pissed off to the point where you don't want that, like, don't want to hear that, you know what I mean, that you're going to have to speak up about it, don't walk into a fucking comedy club. Because that could happen to you. It's a possibility. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be concerned with the possibility of you being in my fucking audience because hundreds of people come to fucking see me. You know what I mean? If I'm a comedian, thousands of people come to see this movie. Who the fuck is yelling in the background?
That's my brother, sorry.
You should go punch him in the face. It'd be funny.
Punch him in the face.
Get your brother. Ask him if he thinks comedy is subjective.
Yeah.
Ask him.
Yeah, ask him.
Nico, I'm not even fucking kidding you. Ask him.
I told him to shut up.
Anyway, I just think it's like, if you have something that you might be offended of, you either have to decide, okay, I'm going to go out to one of these places and I'm either going to subject myself to that and keep quiet about it, or I'm not going to go there and subject myself to that because I won't be able to keep quiet about it. That's the way you have to be thinking. You know what I mean?
I don't talking about funny who have no idea what the fuck it is, man.
That's right, man. It's like, that's his job. As a comedian, it's their job to understand funny. It's your job to go there and laugh at it. You know what I mean?
Stay away. It's not for you. Just
That's
leave
right.
it alone.
But everyone has to ask themselves the question before they walk into a place like that. Is it possible that I'm going to be offended at something? And if I am going to be offended at it, am I going to fucking be outraged and, like, get that person's funding cut? You know what I mean?
Funding cut.
It's a personal thing. Offense is a personal thing. It's not a fucking everybody thing. It's not because you were offended at something that this guy needs to lose his job.
this segues in exactly what I was talking about yesterday. It's that whole white liberal paternalism. That's what it is. I'm white, so I know what's best for everyone. Why do white people think they're the parents of the world?
Yeah.
And everyone's
I
fucking
hear that.
feelings? Can anyone answer that for me?
I mean,
no.
Because it fucking bothers me. I don't like white paternalism making decisions for me. I just don't like it.
Dude, I get it. You know what they should almost look to? They should be like, listen, this is what happened. This
Could
like,
you wait till some black people get pissed off?
Any nigger situation.
That sounds really fucking bad.
Well, it is bad. It is bad. What I mean is that, like, to them, their whole getting all dramatic about, like, to me, it's called a nigger. To me, it's a nigger situation. You know what I mean? Someone said nigger, and someone's pissed off about it. You know what I'm saying? Someone got fired for it. It's a nigger situation. You understand?
Oh my god. I enable you people way too fucking much.
Listen, I'm just saying, okay? That's what I call it because that's what it is. It's like the situation is based around the word. It is what it is.
Yeah, but just the way you said that. This is what I'm saying. White people haven't learned how to be racist, and it's good yet. They just haven't done it in speech. It's coming.
So, all right, I apologize if it felt a little...
It's like the prototype version. You gotta get some kinks out before you
Okay. Well, I apologize if it felt a little racist to you, but I just like that's what I call it because that's what it is, right? It's a situation based around the word. I'm apologizing to you because it's like I apologize to the black community.
Whatever.
You know what I mean?
Do what you gotta do. Continue.
You represent the black community in this situation.
What? Because Mo's not here? Is that fucking why?
No, I mean you know what I mean? It's like I have to apologize if I'm apologizing to the black community. It's like you're the outlet.
Okay.
Anyway,
right, fine, whatever, I'll be your plug.
In any one of these situations, they should say, look, literally turn to the camera and be like, all black people out there, if you have a problem with this, let us fucking know. They get a bunch of complaints. They get people saying they're not watching the show anymore. Then they take it a little more seriously. Then they start losing ratings. Then they fucking fire the bitch. You know what I mean? That should be protocol for that situation.
You know what should happen? BET should have her come on and do a cooking show. That's what
Damn
should
straight.
happen.
That's right. Damn straight. You know what I mean? In fact, almost BETs, since they're the representatives of black people in the TV world, they should be the ones that say, "Listen, that was way too offensive. Like, as the representatives of black people, we ask you to take that show off the air." You know what I mean? BET should be in charge of that kind of thing. They really should be. Or there should be someone, I mean, is there someone that, like a black person at the FCC, you know what I mean? They're the head of that whole situation, a black group at the FCC that is head of that and says, listen, that was way too offensive. Black people take that way too, like,
that
are
would
very
make
offended by that.
way more fucking sense.
You know what I mean? Have a group of black people.
Well, here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. The
Take offense to
FCC
it.
and all these agencies can only react. They can't actually prevent any fucking thing.
Well, fuck it, man. Shit's gonna happen, right? You can't prevent anything really when you think about it. Like this guy,
No, but I
Opie
mean,
Anthony.
you can't prevent that shit, so why not? That makes way more sense than, hey, you have to be someone. Like, can you wait till someone gets offended? You can't prevent someone being offended. You don't know what anyone's going to be offended.
That's right. It shouldn't be left to the corporations, the board of
No,
you
fuck
know
no.
what I mean. It should be left to. They should almost be brought up again to a board of maybe black people, whatever. They're just like, all right, what happened? Why'd you say this? Why this happened on the air? Why were you racist? Blah blah blah. They have all the questions. They do like literally like almost an investigation into it. Like, why was this so fucking?
That makes way more fucking
You know what I
sense than this shit.
That's right. And so then they, maybe that board of black people come out on like a live conference, kind of addressing the situation, saying, "Listen, we did an investigation of this. This was the context that it was set in. We really believe that it wasn't meant to be offensive or malicious. We think this person should keep their job. This person keeps their job, and this is us representing black
just
people."
move her to a shittier time slot then, if you want to punish her. How about that? Don't take her show away.
Yeah. Demote her, yeah. You know what I mean? Don't take her livelihood
like
away
midnight for a week or some shit.
That's right. Do something to punish her, maybe. But a punishment, like taking her job away, is too extreme.
No, but I'm white. I make decisions for everyone, and I decide how offended everyone is. Do you? You do now?
Exactly.
Suck my dick. How about
exactly.
that? How about you get offended by these nuts? How about that shit?
Exactly. Where's the board of black people that is going to assess these situations?
That's what bothers me is that black people, we don't even have a say in what offends us anymore.
Because let's be honest, there's a lot of things these days, that kind of shit, a lot of black people just don't give a shit. You know what I mean?
A lot don't, but some do, and if you do, it's fine. If you have offended, that's fine, but just let us have can we have a say
exactly.
in what bothers us as a whole? Like, I just don't like that we're not a part of the decision.
Exactly. It's like racism just became a white-only situation.
Oh, racism is a white-only situation.
Exactly.
You know how people say, oh, black people can't be racist? Because some people say that, like, black people or anyone who's not white can't be racist because they've never had the power to, like, influence other people. I'm starting to fucking believe it with this shit.
I don't know. I think whites are the most racist, and then in fact, right after that is blacks. A lot of black people, most black people are very racist.
Here's what I'm saying. I'm starting to believe everyone else can only be racial, not racist, because if white people can actually dictate how offended you are or are supposed to be, that's the ultimate kind of power. That's mind control.
That's right.
Almost.
They are the highest of racism.
So I'm starting to really believe I don't think anyone else can actually be racist. I think we can only be racial now. Unless white people are willing to give up their fucking liberal paternalism.
That's right.
And I don't think I can even be called a racist at all. I mean, I'm not racist. I'd say I'm racial, but I don't think anyone who's not white can be racist now, because it's just ridiculous. Give up your paternalism. Stop
if there was a board, if there was
Stop treating us like children.
That's right. If there was a board of black people that assessed the situation, or Hispanics, or they go to a group, literally have like almost a jury for it and everything to assess the situation, then it's like it's a fair playing ground. It's leveled off. You know what I mean? White people are constantly having themselves above everyone else like that. You see, like. And I think you're kind of right like that. It's like, if we're going to put ourselves above everyone like that, then we are the only racists.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's just now that anyone else can't be racist until white people give up paternalism. When that fucking happens, and you stop trying to tell people how to think and feel, which is practically like second generation mind control, because you're not actively fucking doing it. Like by putting like a chip in someone's fucking brain. When white people give that up, maybe we'll talk about other people being able to be racist. Because right now, I think those black people have completely sold me on that idea. Because it's just fucking beyond the pale of ridiculousness that white people get to decide how offended people are. Why do you have that much power?
Exactly.
I can't believe we went from a crazy racist fucking thing to actually intellectual conversation.
Yeah, man, it's good. This is good shit. I love talking about this stuff, and I think that if anyone has an opinion on it,
I wish white people could be racial and we could just talk about this shit.
Honesty is what I ask for.
But the problem is, I don't think that's ever going to happen until white people, the institute of white people, the whole, you know what I mean? The social institution gives up the whole paternalism. Because until that happens, I don't think it can happen without me going, you just want to control my fucking mind.
Exactly. It's like I just want honesty.
That's all I want too.
All right. You know what? On the racial note, let's continue on with your first half of the White History Month debate. I'd like Mike to start with his fucking opening statement.
What? Hang on a second. Why does Mike get to go first?
Because
I'm white.
No.
We'll go first on the chessboard, so let him go first.
No, I believe it's gonna be more entertaining that way.
Put the black man down. That's how. Yeah, it's always more entertaining like that, eh?
Yeah.
I'm the one that's got to introduce the white history.
That's right. It's his idea, so he's gonna
fair enough. It is his idea, right. Mo.
He's gonna throw it out there, and then I want to hear what Mo has to say about it, and then we'll just go right into it.
I've got a great opening speech, so no interruptions, please.
Okay, here we go.
In an effort to be proactive for future white generations, White History Month should be implemented into society as soon as possible. This is to pay respects to all the great white predecessors of our time, Lincoln, Kennedy, Ford, Newton, Da Vinci, and quite possibly Jesus are among a few. To hold true and strong as white races, we need to start a White History Month now, because we are being pushed out of society by
Flag on the motherfucking play.
Let him speak.
To prevent us from forgetting all that the white man has brought to this world, we should start a White History Month. Now, a little slice of history, okay?
Wait, Mo!
Hold up.
Let Mo say what he gotta say.
We need a rebuttal. We need a rebuttal.
My nigga, Jesus Christ ain't white.
I said possibly. I said possibly. I wasn't.
More than unlikely.
Jesus was black.
Yo, Mo, you gotta move the microphone away from your mouth a bit, man.
No, I need to jump up in this microphone right now, dog.
Oh, man.
Furthermore, Da Vinci stole his principles from the Egyptians. The black men.
More Arabs.
Another white man stealing like you are. Continue with your history. Continue with your history lesson.
This is dope. All right. So we've got Arab Jesus, and we've got half Arab Egyptians. Go on, Mo.
Yeah, what do you want me to say? Like, the whole opening was just blasphemous. Kennedy.
How did you feel about it? What'd you think?
I mean, yeah, like, yo, Kennedy was a cool president, dog, because he was a cool nigga. Lincoln, I don't know, dog, he owned slavery.
Lincoln abolished slavery, my man.
He owned slavery, my man. Yo, he did it because it was politically correct. It's like supporting the gays. Supporting the gays.
What some believe is that Lincoln freed the slaves to harm the South in the Civil War.
Yeah,
they no longer had their free labor, so all of their shit went down the tubes. Like, you no longer have a fleet of people doing free work for you, so you're obviously going to have less productivity.
And he did this during a war, which makes it a political strategy.
Right, that's right. He did it just to win the war.
Exactly.
But at the same time, that's just an argument some people can make. I mean, obviously, I think he felt a little bad. But I think a lot of it was political.
I'm going to type it in the chat bar. Y'all can... Matter of fact, I'm going to go find the link. That's how proactive...
Oh, you got to come prepared.
I'm proactive today.
Well, yeah, he let the slaves go free because all of a sudden he had a bunch of volunteer enlistees for the fucking war.
Yeah, but without Lincoln, slavery still would have gone on for another 20 to 30 years.
Mike, hang on a second.
That's a good point.
Hang on a second. I'd like to say something, Mike. Mike, listen. Okay, the reason why that wouldn't have happened because anybody who was a commander-in-chief would have saw that was a brilliant thing to do. So Lincoln just basically signed off on it, but anybody would have done it. So I don't think he should count as a great white person because he did something that fucking anyone in that position would do anyway.
Here's why I think he might be. If he hadn't have done that, okay?
Somebody else would have.
You're right. If like someone might have, but say it never happened. Just say it just never happened because no one picked up on it because the North was a bunch of retards, right? So they never did it. If the South won, slavery would have been doubled, and it would have been the entire country, and it would have been it maybe never have stopped.
Well, hang on a second. Wait a second. It wouldn't have been the whole country because the whole country already before was slaves, so it would have been what it just was before.
It would have stayed that way for a long time.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's not like they were so far removed from everyone being slaves to, you know what I mean?
Okay, I see what you're saying. All I'm saying is...
it wasn't really everybody's slaves, man. It was definitely the Deep South. But as you graduated more up into the North, slavery did kind of diminish.
That's like saying, slavery in the South was, a giant field of oranges, and in the North, it was only like fucking, a couple orange trees. They were still fucking oranges, my man.
Yeah, okay.
We're just talking about the amount of oranges here.
Mo, what do you think about Lincoln?
Yo, Lincoln, all I have to say, I guess, on a list of U.S. presidents, he was a cool president, but, man owned slaves. The only reason he abolished slavery was to better himself politically. So
and his part of the country to win the war.
Do we also
But it
mention
doesn't
that
matter
Lincoln
why
was
he did it, man. He
schizophrenic?
still did it.
Lincoln was a schizophrenic. Did we
yeah,
ever
he still did
mention
it.
that?
Fine, clap, bravo. But the nigga owned slaves. What's your point? Like,
Lincoln needed those $28 lithium pills just to fucking function and shit.
So
to not see the devils.
So James Lincoln freed the slaves, but Abraham Lincoln was against it.
Exactly. Lincoln's alter ego does not fucking count.
It's like he would have a disclaimer that all views of James Lincoln are not supported by Abraham Lincoln, division.
Anyway, continue, Mike.
Continue.
Black History Month originated as a Black History Week. It's a little tidbit of history. Thanks to Martin historian called Carter Woodson, who hoped that it would eventually become obsolete when Black history was recognized as an American history. So therefore, they shouldn't have him on. He was just looking at it to recognize for all of the inventions and everything that Black people brought to society, which should be
Master,
what happens.
Master, may I rebuttal, please, Master? May I speak?
Go ahead, boy.
Yes, Master.
You said it yourself, bro. Like he did it because he wanted the Black history to be integrated in American history, which to this day it hasn't. Nigga, I went to school in the States. It ain't integrated over there. They celebrate MLK Day and they give the black belt pat on his back, and that's about it. You know what I'm saying? They don't give us the proper recognition. It ain't in the history textbooks. The criteria, you still gotta learn about the Monroe document and the Manifest Destiny and all that bullshit. You still gotta learn about how many Roosevelt presidents there are, how many Clintons there are. There ain't nothing about no black people.
Yeah, but what have you done, man?
It's gonna be longer than a month because they failed to integrate it. Matter of fact, Black History, fucking quarter.
They have integrated it, man. They have taken everything that was important about it and put it into textbooks.
Holy shit, Nick!
No,
Red
you learn
Phillip,
about-
turn off your
You learn
mic!
about MLK, you learn about Malcolm X, and you learn about the nigga who made peanut butter. And that's it. That's all you get.
I'd like to say something. I think we should have Black History fucking year for the invention of peanut butter. I think that, by far, is greater than anything any white person has ever invented, in my opinion.
More like Black History brunch.
No, just Black History fucking... Can we have Peanut Butter Day? Jesus Christ, peanut butter is delicious.
Peanut butter day would just be
Yeah,
great.
you can have a peanut butter day, but there ain't gonna be no Black History year. That's for goddamn sure, man.
Yo, you know who this guy reminds me of? You guys watch Walking Dead?
I don't watch that shit. I don't watch
Yeah.
that fucking
Who
honky
off,
shit.
who off The Walking Dead does he remind you of?
Mo? You know what I'm talking about?
Who?
Come over here, nigga.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Yo, go watch Walking Dead. Fuck, he's like in season 1, like episode 2. Some country ass dude who like
What's his name, man? I've
Mo.
watched every single episode.
His name's Mo.
Merle, and his brother is Daryl.
Mo, you are eating your fucking microphone
man.
right now, man. We can't understand you.
How's the quality now?
Say, what's his name?
His name is Merle, and his brother's
Merle.
Merle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the guy that gets his hand chopped off.
Yeah.
With the handcuffs. Yeah, we know who you're talking about. Very hillbilly. I agree.
And this Red Phillip picture isn't helping his case. He looks pretty hillbilly here with his RCMP hat.
And a black finger pointing to my head.
That's fucking Nick. That is Red Phillip. That's not
me.
Mike.
That's
I
not
know it's Red Phillip. I'm aware of this. But still, I'm just saying.
Oh, I get, I get it.
You know who should be inducted into Black History? Kanye motherfucking West. Jesus, nigga.
Can we? All right, Mike. Can you just
Jesus,
continue
brother.
with your fucking statements?
President Gerald Ford acknowledged Black History Month as a chance to recognize the too often neglected accomplishments of Black Americans. That in itself is a huge accomplishment for Black history.
Oh God, huge.
Jesus, now Mike's got to turn his fucking microphone up.
Anyway, there have been tons of people right now pushing for White History Month, man. So simply because whites are the smaller race right now, man. Okay? It's facts. It is facts. Okay?
I think whites are diminishing, but we're not a minority yet.
You know, in
Yes, we
most,
are.
you know, in most countries, states, regions, nations, zones, blacks are minorities. Blacks are minorities in South Africa.
What? No,
My
they're not.
dude,
I highly doubt that.
Blacks
they're
cannot
not
be
a minority in
minorities
South
in
Africa.
Africa.
I highly doubt that.
South Africa.
No, they're not. It's 70% black people, 30% white
Yeah.
people,
Thank
but
you.
like white people got all the money, so
Yeah.
they might as well be minorities.
That's all that really matters, really.
Blacks are minorities in most regions you go
Yeah,
to.
but not in fucking South Africa, man.
This is how the races actually break down. I looked it up, okay? It's 42% Asian. This is like worldly, across the world. 42% Asian, 24% blacks, 12% white, which equals to 78, and 22% is a mixed race of the top three.
That's you, Craig.
Okay, here's the thing. I gotta say. So, your issue really isn't that why is there a Black History Month and why can't we have a White History Month? Your thing seems like it's more like, there's too many other people that aren't white, and Mo's really actually not really defending Black History Month here.
I think
I'm just being the ignorant nigga on this one.
here's my assessment. I believe Mike wants some recognition for white people before we become the minority. And
That's what I was getting
Okay,
at.
but here's
and
the thing.
Mo doesn't really believe in Black History Month because
I don't. Kind of lame.
I think it lumps you all together. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
there's a lot of races involved in black people.
yeah, and
in
it's
the culture of black people.
Either like Black History Month, like
That's right. It involves everybody put together, and I think Mo's against that. Am I right?
yeah.
Okay. So we've come to a point.
Well, Mike
go
wasn't
on.
finished talking though.
That's right. Go on,
Wait,
Mike.
I want to make
So
that
about
statistic from because like 12% white people. Send me this link,
12%
man.
worldly.
No, Europe is full of white people.
Yeah,
That shit
York's
got
full of
controversial.
white people, but they're more than 12%.
Europe.
I'd say it's like fucking at least 30.
So I'm saying,
Regardless.
guys.
Okay?
Alright, push on.
I'm here to outline why I think White History Month should be a White History Month. I think why there should be one. That's why I'm here.
You hear that? You hear that?
Yeah.
The white history.
White.
And who should be a part of it?
White
Okay, here we go.
history.
See, now we're getting
This
into
is
the meat of
where
it.
White History Month gets funny. Who should be a part of it? Please explain to the viewers. This is where White History Month
Listeners.
loses points.
It is white people. White Canadians, white Americans, white Russians, white Europeans, white Africans. To be considered white,
White
your
Italians,
parents and your grandparents have to be white.
White Russian,
White Russian, the drink, it's delicious.
White Italian.
Hey, even the white Russian has a little chocolatey look to it.
Yeah,
Little mocha
Mike,
in it.
you gotta understand, man. A lot of Russians
Wait,
are
Afghanistan?
mixed. Asians.
White Iraqi people. What about Chris? Does he qualify? Because, like,
White Jamaicans.
yeah, Chris has Jamaican blood. Like,
Could you please
Yeah, that's
refer to
it.
me as Thor on this motherfucking air? Please.
yeah, change your Google name, then I'll remember.
Yeah. Sorry, Dr. Coctopus.
Yeah, I'm trying to really roll with this fucking mononym, and you guys keep fucking it up, but okay.
Italians are not included. Eastern people are not included.
Yo, this guy just waited for the heavy pause.
Hawaiians are not included. Brazilians aren't included.
Who's not
Demographic
included?
that share White History Month are people who are white and not people who are an off-white. Naturally tan, as in Hawaiians.
We're talking egg white people. Egg
So
white.
what about
Only
Italians
the
from like?
purest of the white.
What about Italians from Florentine? They're like pretty white. The northern part,
The northern part of what?
Italy, Florence.
As long as both their parents and both their grandparents are white, then yes, they can be a part of it. They can enjoy in the White History
Maybe
Month.
like those white Turks, because they're a little bit brown sometimes.
I don't think so, bro.
I think we're splitting hairs now.
Okay,
Like-
so what
like-
about
no,
Jews,
man,
Mike? What about Jews?
I'm sorry, Nick. I need to know this, man. I need to know this.
I think we're splitting hairs. We can't split hairs. I think his point is that your grandparents and your parents had to be Caucasian, and
So what
But
about
that's such a
Jewish
you had to
people
be as
then?
well.
That's such a broad term.
What
That's
about
such a-
And
And I just defined it.
so is
No,
black.
you didn't. What
Black
about
is a
Jewish
very
people?
broad
What about
term.
white
It is.
Arabs?
I don't identify myself as that. I'm a nigga.
There is no white Arabs.
So what about Jewish people then? What about
No, they're
Jewish
out.
people?
They're out.
What about Greeks?
What did he say about
No.
Jewish people?
Greeks are white.
Yo, when you go to think like that, like let us know that you're thinking kind of
Yeah.
just a little.
Yeah,
What about Jewish people?
He said they're out.
They're out.
Yeah,
Okay,
they
so
out.
what
They are.
about white people in Brazil, like that Giselle Baduchin bitch that Tom Brady's
But that's
boning?
what I'm saying. Black people in Panama, dog.
Well, but here's my thought, okay? BB Brian is working with a guy from Jamaica, but he's straight white,
Yeah,
completely
he's
white.
albino, isn't he?
Okay, so yeah, what about albinos?
What about Michael Jackson in the vitiligo?
If they're from somewhere else, but they happen to be an albino, are they included?
Well, like, that's what I'm just trying to say, okay? There are black albinos that are white, but their parents are not white. Your parents and your grandparents have to be white.
Yo, so
Those
is
are
it
all
both-
albinos.
does it have to be both parents? Like, I want to know if Chris Craig is allowed to be included.
Nope.
No, both parents.
Oh, sorry, sir.
Sorry, bro.
Sorry, you can't.
So okay, fine. I have a. What's the reasoning for this? Why they're exclusive? Why limit someone just because, even though they're white, they're just somewhat darker?
Well, I mean, why limit a history month to just blacks?
Or Hispanic.
Because we're trying to integrate the black history in America that they've denied us for so long.
Right. I mean, Morgan Freeman and a lot of people, I mean, I think I agree where it shouldn't be black history. It should just be included in American history and Canadian history. It should
Exactly.
Just be history.
You guys have to understand the time when this came out.
Right. I understand why it's out there. It's because
I'm not
the
gonna
longer
lie,
it's
black
around.
history in a way is outdated because it's not the same effectiveness. It's not working like it used to, or how it was intended to use. So obviously it's outdated and it's a wrong way to go about it.
That's right.
I'm not here
I think-
advocating for that. What I'm trying to figure out is why White History Month. Italian people are white, bro.
I'm just
Italians are
trying
white,
to
bro.
implement. They're an op, man. They're an olive.
The Moors, man. Remember the Moors.
The Moors.
What about the
exactly.
Berbers? What about
In the
Spanish
South.
people?
That's like Sicily, dog. That's like that's Sicily.
Yeah,
What
but
about-
American Italians these days all come from that, basically. You know,
Plus
Canadian
again-
Italians, they all come from that.
Okay, well, we're not talking about American Italians. We're talking about Italians from Tuscany.
Widows, bro.
Again, splitting hairs.
It's
Why? But I'm asking, like, why is it so exclusive? Why is it so called?
I have a question. I'd like to make an interjection.
Wants to identify with that, and he can't because he has a.
I mean, that's the same thing as me saying, what if I want to identify with Black History Month?
Then we encourage you to. We encourage you. Black History Month never.
You're
never,
alright with white people
anybody
identifying
encourage
themselves with
you
Black History
to learn
Month?
about Black history.
I have an
You wouldn't be
interjection I'd like to
offended.
make.
You wouldn't be offended if a white guy tried to identify himself with Black History Month.
No, I wouldn't. I want someone to
Okay.
learn about Black history.
Okay.
I have an
but that's
interjection
just
I'd
you.
like to make.
No, that's
on.
what Black history is made for.
So what about?
Let the cockapoo speak.
So the black people can learn about what happened to them. He made that so that white people can understand. Nigga, fuck.
All right, so I hope everybody enjoyed that. That was quite entertaining. The next half is going to be next week. Stay tuned for that shit. The dramatic conclusion to White History Month debate.
Dramatic conclusion. What is it? Bugs Radio Network.
Exactly.
That whole
Yeah.
radio voice shit.
I think that should conclude the show. I want anybody that has any opinion on any of this stuff or anything you want to talk about, send me an email at theredphillipshow@gmail.com.
Oh, what do you mean? Anything you want to talk about? I think it should at least be poignant. Jesus Christ.
Oh, of course. I mean, you know what I mean? They're going to
I don't
send
want to
me...
hear about your fucking kid fucking problems paying bills.
I don't want to hear about your kid failing school.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, oh, God.
Subscribe to us on youtube.com/theredphillipsshow.
Listen to us on Spreaker.
Check us out on Twitter, twitter.com/TheRedPhil, TheRedPhil, and like us on Facebook.
Let's give a shout out to Mo, who's throwing it down in Alberta.
Yeah, Mo, he's going to be on sometime, but he's busy out there, so that's why he's not around. Tune in next week for our horrible show.
Our show's fucking retarded. I'm serious.
It really is.